Good morning. Hi, I'm Nicole Oman, and I am here on Tuesday, October 7th with your daily guidance. All right, how are we feeling today? Everything is ramping up, and we are getting ready to go through a major eclipse time. Now, eclipses bring about some breakdown, breakthrough energy, and it allows us to have like a death, rebirth kind of process. That's in my own experience anyway. And then we also have a big full moon ramping up. So how are we feeling going into this? See what is coming through. I've been seeing a lot of people going through little minor crisis, a lot of like snake shedding skin energy, a lot of irritability. Also ramping up to a breakthrough is the dreaded breakdown. So are we going through minor breakdowns? Are we going through major breakdowns? How are we dealing with it? Now, I posted this yesterday. It's one of my favorite quotes of all times. And I actually got it from an acting teacher. And he was relating it to the way a character in a story relates to their moment of crisis. And the quote is, "A character's true essence is revealed in a moment of crisis." Now, of course, we watch movies. We love to see characters going through moments of crisis. So we can feel into whether that's the way we want to go about them or that's not the way we want to go about them. And so I really love this quote in our own lives. A person's true nature is revealed in a moment of crisis. So beyond crisis, so I want to break down the word crisis a little bit. So what is a crisis to you? Now, a crisis could be a good event, a bad event. It could be, we put the terms of crisis into something that may be good, may be bad, whatever. But I think a crisis could be anything from a very significant change in your life. So that could be crisis, a death in the family, something that, a health-related issue, a loss of a job, something, loss of a partner, divorce. And of course, you could see the crisis in that, right? But it also could be a birth of a baby. Not to say a baby is a crisis, but man, you were going about doing things one way and a baby comes around, you have to do it all a different way, right? Or a wedding or something of that nature. I also love the analogy of sports. I think the reason why we're so culturally obsessed with sports is because I think there's such a great metaphor when we do a sport in our lives, the way we show up to the rest of our life. And I work with a lot of professional triathletes, and they're amazing, and it's like, that's the way they show up. And I've run a marathon in January. It's like on those moments of crisis when we had 3 miles to go and we're almost done, what are you going to do? Are you going to give up? Are you going to go within and really find your power and finish what you started? So these are all these little moments of crisis. So as we go through this big breakdown, breakthrough, notice how you're showing up to the moments of crisis in your life. Are you a fighter? Are you a fleer? Are you a shut down, I'm going into a cave type of person? And this is a true nature. This is a nature thing. But you also have the power, if you have the power, if you will, to have the awareness of how you're showing up, and then slowly but surely being able to make a new decision. So, and every situation is different. I mean, you could be a fighter, but if you're trying to get blood from a turnip, maybe you need to use the power of surrender. Or if you keep running and this time you really need to fight for what you believe in. So it's really checking in the moment and seeing how you're showing up. Seeing what your true nature is and seeing if you need to make another decision. It's also looking at the people around in your life. I mean, I really can tell a lot about my friends and family and how they show up by when they're faced with their crisis. And I think that's why I fall in love with so many of my friends, because I really honor and respect the way they show up for themselves when they're faced and put up against a wall. So as we go through this death rebirth process, this cycle, how are you showing up for yourself? How are you showing up? And are you okay with that? And if you're okay, amazing. And if not, it's time to move forward and do it another way. Okay, that's your message for today. I feel complete now. If you'd like to get a hold of me, you can book a reading or a coaching session at GaiaBlooming.com. My service page is up there. You can also get a hold of me. Write me an email at coachingwithnikki@yahoo.com. Don't worry, the spelling's no problem. The links are on the YouTube channel, so all you have to do is point and click. And it's very easy to get some support and help. All right, well, that's your message for today. Until tomorrow, namaste.